Reacher just teased the perfect way for Alan Ritchson's character to finally kill Quinn in Season 3's ending. With one scene, Reacher Season 3's Episode 5 might have secretly given away how Jack Reacher will eventually kill Quinn. There are many layers to Jack Reacher's mission in Season 3. He is working undercover and trying to understand the true nature of Zachary Beck's illegal business with Xavier Quinn because of his strong sense of justice. Reacher is also helping Duffy uncover the truth about a woman named Teresa's fate, who was forced to work as an informant in Beck's bizarre bazaar operation before Reacher went undercover. However, the Alan Ritchson character's primary motive is driven by his desire to seek revenge. For a long time, he believed that he had avenged Dominique Cole's death by killing her murderer, Xavier Quinn. However, to his surprise, Quinn somehow survived after their last encounter. While only time will tell how Reacher will finally murder Quinn to quench his thirst for vengeance, Reacher Season 3's Episode 5 might have hinted at his eventual plan. Reacher Season May 3rd have just revealed how Reacher gets rid of Quinn's body. Reacher Season 3's Episode 5 features a scene in which one of Zachary Beck's henchmen shows Jack Reacher how he gets rid of dead bodies. He takes Reacher to the rocky shore behind Zachary Beck's home and shows him a pit where a tidal flush takes away everything that is thrown into it. The grunt even demonstrates this by dumping bodies in the pit and pointing out how it takes one flush from the sea to take them away. Considering an intriguing detail from Jack Reacher's backstory, it is hard not to believe that he might ultimately use the same pit to dump Quinn's body. The flashback in Reacher Season 3's Episode 4 reveals that the Alan Ritchson character shot Quinn at the edge of a cliff to ensure that his body was never found. He killed Quinn because he wanted to punish him for harming his colleague, Dominique Cole. By shooting him off the cliff, Reacher also made sure that his body would never be traced back to him. Given how Reacher might have to pull off something similar in Season 3, it seems possible that he will dump his body in the tidal flush pit after he kills him. When Reacher told his mentor and senior officer, Leon Garber, that he was going to kill Quinn for harming Dominique, Garber told him to do it once and do it right. Garber had also previously taught him that, in an investigation, assumptions kill. Unfortunately, when Reacher attempts to kill Quinn, he fails to implement the lessons Garber taught him. He assumes that Quinn is dead after he shoots him off the cliff. However, little does he realize that his bullet had lodged in Quinn's skull and did not cause enough damage to kill him. Reacher never makes the same mistake twice and seemingly learned the hard way that assumptions do indeed kill. Therefore, instead of merely pushing Quinn off the cliff and dumping him in the pit behind Beck's home, Jack Reacher will first ensure he is actually dead. Without leaving any shadow of doubt about Quinn's fate, the Alan Ritchson character will take all the necessary steps to confirm his death in Reacher Season 3 before getting rid of his body. Reacher Season 3 is shaping up to be Jack Reacher's most personal and violent mission yet, and fans of Lee Child's novels know exactly why. Adapted from the 7th book in the series, Persuader, Season 3 puts Reacher face to face with one of his deadliest enemies, Francis Xavier Quinn. And based on recent teases from the show's trailers and behind-the-scenes clips, it looks like Amazon Prime is preparing for a brutal, emotionally charged finale that ends with Reacher finally putting Quinn down for good. But how that kill happens might be just as important as the act itself. In fact, Reacher may have already teased the perfect way for Alan Ritchson's version of the character to deliver poetic justice. A long-awaited rematch. To understand why Quinn's death matters so much, you need to know the history. In Persuader, Quinn isn't just another villain in Reacher's path, he's a ghost from Reacher's past. Years earlier, during a botched operation, Reacher thought he'd killed Quinn in a gunfight. But Quinn survived, leaving Reacher with a rare sense of unfinished business and failure. Now, years later, Reacher goes undercover to infiltrate Quinn's criminal empire. But this isn't just about taking down a bad guy. It's personal. Quinn represents a part of Reacher's past he couldn't cleanly erase, a crack in the armor of an otherwise meticulous soldier. That emotional undercurrent is the fuel for what could be the most satisfying kill of the series. The show's subtle hints. Recent marketing for Season 3 has dropped some intriguing clues. A brief shot in the trailer shows Reacher holding a suppressed pistol, creeping through a dark, seaside estate, mirroring the climax of Persuader. Another sequence shows Quinn calmly toying with a hostage, echoing his manipulative nature from the book. But it's the line Reacher delivers in voiceover that seals the deal. Greater than some things you don't forget. Some debts you have to collect in person. It's a chilling promise, and it suggests Reacher isn't just planning to stop Quinn. He's planning to make it personal. Why Reacher can't just shoot him? Here's where it gets interesting. Reacher has never been afraid to kill, but when he does, it's usually clean and efficient. A punch, a bullet, a quick end. But with Quinn, that won't cut it. The character represents betrayal, corruption, and a scar on Reacher's otherwise principled history. Fans who read the novel know that Reacher doesn't just shoot Quinn from a distance. He confronts him. He makes sure Quinn knows exactly who's come for him. It's less a kill, more a reckoning. If the show stays true to that arc, Alan Ritchson's Reacher may do the same, but with one cinematic twist that could make the moment unforgettable. The perfect kill. Drowning Quinn in the ocean. There's been a recurring motif in Season 3's early teasers, the ocean. The coastal setting, the sound of waves crashing during tense scenes, and one particularly moody shot of Reacher standing on the beach, staring out into the surf, all suggest the sea plays a major role in the finale. And that could be the clue. In Persuader, the final confrontation between Reacher and Quinn takes place in a lavish seaside mansion. The book ends with a dramatic shootout, but the series might take it one step further, bringing the fight outside to the water's edge. Imagine this, Reacher and Quinn, bloodied and bruised, battling on the rocks as the tide rises. Reacher overpowers him, but doesn't reach for a gun. Instead, he drags Quinn toward the surf, holding him down beneath the waves. Not out of vengeance, out of justice. Drowning Quinn would be a symbolic act. Reacher washes away his past mistake, his failure to kill Quinn the first time, by literally submerging him in the one element that's been following him all season. It's brutal. It's final. And it's hauntingly cinematic. Alan Ritchson can pull it off. One reason this scene would land is because of Alan Ritchson's commanding performance. His Reacher isn't just brawn, he's bottled intensity. He rarely yells. He doesn't need to. Every glare, every clenched jaw is filled with weight. Watching Ritchson drag Quinn into the ocean wordless, relentless, unstoppable would be Reacher at his most terrifyingly calm. And for Quinn, it would be the ultimate punishment. A man who trafficked in fear, control, and pain dies not in a blaze of gunfire but slowly, helplessly, watching Reacher's face the entire time. The emotional catharsis fans need. Quinn's death isn't just about removing a threat. It's about closure. Season 3, much like the Persuader novel, is about second chances and facing what you thought was behind you. Reacher has spent his life moving on, leaving no trail, no ties. But Quinn pulls him back. So when Reacher finally kills Quinn, when he chooses not to walk away, not to finish it quickly, but to settle it face to face, it'll mark a shift. Not in Reacher's morals, but in his humanity. A rare peek into what he's willing to do when the mission becomes personal. Final thoughts. Reacher Season 3 promises high stakes, deeper emotions, and the brutal justice fans expect. But if the show really wants to leave a lasting impact, it has the perfect,